Have you ever wondered how a man, once known as a street hustler, transformed into a significant figure in the civil rights movement through Islam? Let's delve into the enigma that is Malcolm X. Born as Malcolm Little in Omaha, Nebraska, his early life was marred with hardship and loss. His father was brutally murdered when he was just 6, and his mother's mental health deteriorated, leading to the dispersal of his family by welfare agencies. If you find this video helpful in any way, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel. This helps us immensely, plus it motivates us to make more engaging content videos in the future. Growing up in a racially divided society, Malcolm's youthful rebellion led him down a path of petty crime, hustling in the streets of Harlem, and eventually a prison sentence. It was during these formative years that Malcolm's defiance and quest for identity began to take shape. His journey, however, was anything but ordinary. From the dark alleyways of Harlem to the hallowed halls of prison, Malcolm's life was on the brink of a monumental shift. His transformation began in an unlikely place, a prison cell. In the solitude of prison, Malcolm found the path to enlightenment. A tale as old as time, yet as unique as the man himself, Malcolm Little, better known as Malcolm X, found himself incarcerated in the late 1940s. It was in this unlikely setting, the cold, harsh confines of a prison cell, that Malcolm's life took a transformative turn. His days were spent in contemplation, reading, and introspection. His nights, filled with dreams and visions, hinted at a destiny far removed from his present reality. Among the books and letters that passed through his hands, one name kept surfacing: the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam, a religious movement founded in the early 20th century, championed the upliftment and empowerment of African Americans. Its teachings, rooted in the belief of the inherent dignity and worth of the black man, resonated with Malcolm. He saw, in the teachings of its leader, Elijah Muhammad, a way out of the darkness that had shadowed his life. It was during this time that his siblings, already followers of Elijah Muhammad, introduced Malcolm to the leader's teachings. Letters filled with wisdom, hope, and a new perspective on life began to arrive. These letters served as a beacon, illuminating the path that would lead Malcolm from the darkness of his past into the light of a promising future. Malcolm embraced the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, finding in them a source of strength and a blueprint for transformation. His newfound faith began to reshape his worldview, instilling in him a sense of purpose and direction. The man who entered prison as a petty criminal emerged as a changed individual, a spiritual seeker ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and societal change. This encounter opened his eyes to a new reality, one that would set the course for the rest of his life. Malcolm's journey from darkness to light is not just a personal transformation story. It's a testament to the power of faith, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring quest for truth and justice. Upon his release, Malcolm Little became Malcolm X, a symbol of his rebirth. The transformation was more than just a change of name. It was a profound shift in identity, a metamorphosis that marked his transition from a life of crime to a life of purpose, guided by the teachings of Islam. The X in Malcolm X wasn't just a random letter, but a potent symbol. It stood for the unknown, the lost African ancestral name that was discarded during the brutal era of slavery. It was a powerful statement, a rejection of a slave name forced upon his ancestors, and an embrace of a new identity that he chose for himself. Malcolm X wasn't just a new name, it was a new persona, a new voice, and a new force in the fight for civil rights. It was a name that echoed the teachings of Islam, a faith that Malcolm had wholeheartedly embraced. He devoted himself to the principles of his faith, to the pursuit of justice, and to the upliftment of his community. His transformation didn't go unnoticed. He rose within the ranks of the Nation of Islam, his charismatic speeches and uncompromising stand against racial injustice resonating with many. His words sparked a sense of awakening among African Americans, inspiring them to stand up for their rights. His new identity gave him a platform to voice out against the injustices faced by his people. Malcolm X's journey wasn't just about changing his name, it was about reclaiming his identity, about rediscovering his roots, and about forging a new path for himself and his community. It was about standing up against oppression, about challenging the status quo, and about fighting for what he believed in. His transformation from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X wasn't just a personal journey, it was a journey that touched the lives of many, a journey that continues to inspire to this day. It reminds us of the power of transformation, of the strength of conviction, and of the courage to stand up for what is right. Malcolm X, a name now synonymous with the fight for civil rights, was born. In 1964, Malcolm X embarked on a pilgrimage that would forever change his views on race and religion. This journey, known as the Hajj, is a religious duty that every able-bodied Muslim is encouraged to perform at least once in their lifetime. Malcolm X, now bearing the name El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, left the shores of America for the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. His journey wasn't merely a physical one, but a spiritual odyssey that would deeply transform his perspective and beliefs. Upon his arrival in Mecca, Malcolm was struck by the diversity of the pilgrims. People of all colors, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans, were participating in the same ritual, displaying a spirit of unity and brotherhood that Malcolm had never thought possible. He saw that these individuals, who represented the broad spectrum of the human race, were bound together by a shared belief. This was a stark contrast to the racial segregation and discrimination he had witnessed and experienced in America. The unity he saw in Mecca deeply moved Malcolm, making him realize the potential for racial harmony under the banner of Islam. He began to see Islam as a means to overcome racial discrimination, a tool for fostering unity among all races. This journey to Mecca was a turning point in Malcolm's life. It made him reconsider his views on race and racism, leading him to reject the idea that all white people were devils, an idea he had previously endorsed. His experiences in Mecca taught him that race or color did not define a person's worth or character, but their actions and intentions did. His letters from Mecca reflect his transformation. He wrote, "I have eaten from the same plate, drunk from the same glass, and slept on the same rug, while praying to the same God, with fellow Muslims, whose eyes were the bluest of blue, whose hair was the blondest of blonde, and whose skin was the whitest of white." From this journey, Malcolm X returned with a renewed sense of purpose and a vision of a world united under the banner of Islam. His pilgrimage to Mecca was an experience of self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment, shaping the final years of his life and his enduring legacy. Malcolm X's journey to Islam was not just a personal transformation, but a catalyst for change in America. His story is one of courage, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of truth that shook the very foundations of a society steeped in racial prejudice. Born Malcolm Little, he emerged from the shadows of a troubled past as Malcolm X, a beacon of hope for the African American community, a voice that demanded justice, equality, and respect for all. His conversion to Islam was more than just a change in faith. It was a metamorphosis that fueled his passion for social justice, propelled him onto the world stage, and etched his name in the annals of civil rights history. As a fiery orator and a charismatic leader, Malcolm X became an emblem of empowerment. His speeches, infused with a potent mix of eloquence and raw honesty, resonated with millions, inspiring a generation to rise, to resist, to fight for their rights. His words, like a clarion call, echoed across the breadth of America, awakening a collective consciousness that transcended racial and social barriers. Yet his journey was not without its tribulations. His outspokenness, his radicalism made him a target, a figure of controversy. His life was abruptly cut short, assassinated in the prime of his life. But even in death, Malcolm X became a symbol of resistance, his legacy enduring, his spirit undying. His assassination, a tragic event that sent shockwaves through the nation, served to amplify his message, his call for change. It sparked outrage, protests, a clamor for justice that echoed his own sentiments. It was a stark reminder of the struggle that he championed, the fight that he had dedicated his life to. It was a call to action that reverberated long after his death. A call that has been answered by countless individuals who have continued to fight for equality, justice, and freedom. Malcolm X's legacy is a testament to his indomitable spirit, his unwavering commitment to the cause of civil rights. His life, his journey serves as a beacon, a guiding light for those who continue to fight against injustice, oppression, and inequality. His words continue to inspire. His actions continue to evoke admiration. And his story continues to resonate, echoing through the corridors of time, reminding us of the power of conviction, the strength of faith, and the transformative potential of a single individual. In the grand tapestry of history, Malcolm X's journey to Islam is more than just a chapter. It is a saga of transformation, of enlightenment, that has left an indelible mark on the face of America and indeed on the world. It is a journey that has inspired countless others to embark on their own quests for truth, for justice, for equality. Malcolm X's journey to Islam was a journey of self-discovery, enlightenment, and ultimately a journey that changed a nation. Many thanks for taking the time to watch our video today. If you found it helpful in any way, we would really appreciate it if you can hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel, as this helps to motivate us to make further videos for you in the future. Finally, we would like to wish you the best of luck in your own journey, and we hope to see you all again in the next video.